Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast, your go-to source for all things agriculture. Each week, we bring you expert insights, market trends, and real stories from the field. Whether you're a seasoned producer or joining us for the first time, there is something here for you. So, grab a coffee and let's dive into the business of agriculture from the ground up. Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast. Joining us today is Brendan Giesick, Chief Revenue Officer at Adams Brown Technology. Welcome, Brendan. We are glad to have you back with us again to talk AI.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's kind of introduce for our audience AI and what AI is. I think we all kind of have ideas in our head. At its most basic, AI, or artificial intelligence, is the simulation of human intelligence processes by computer systems. So some of the core components of AI are machine learning, where systems learn from data; deep learning, which is a subset of machine learning that uses neural networks; and there is natural language processing, which enables computers to understand and process human language. And that all sounds a little scary, but I think a lot of that is because of the way that AI has been depicted in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people don't know that we've been using AI for quite some time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. Siri and Alexa, our GPS in our vehicles, your robot vacuum cleaner, search engines like Google and Bing. So it's not a new idea, but it has been developed out now to be more than it started at. So even though we've used AI for some time, generative AI platforms like ChatGPT, I mean, it really gained momentum in 22. When it was released. And it is really good for some things: generating questions, generating images, helping you do some research. It's great for all of those things, and we're finding more ways to use it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has been around for a long time. And yeah, things like your GPS, your Alexa, your Siri. With the AI we're seeing today, really what we're seeing is the guardrails being taken off or at least bumped out a little bit, right? And so, because you summed it up nicely, where for artificial intelligence is intelligence, and the purpose of it is to make decisions and infer like a human would, right? Mm-hmm. But the purpose of it is to do it as fast, if not faster, than a human. And so what we're seeing now is is really AI. We've put the gas down on AI a little bit, right? We've put more jet fuel in it. We're backing it with stronger machines and really letting it run. And now we're training these models to help us do our daily tasks, help us think through things. And there is parts of artificial intelligence that is scary. But for the most part, what we have seen is artificial intelligence really just helps take some of the monotony out of your day, and helps you think through things maybe in a different light than before.
Yes, absolutely. So, Brendan, AI is what we call a disruptor in technology, and that just means that it's an innovation that is changing the industry of technology.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general.
Rapidly.
Yeah. What is your take on how AI is disrupting industries across the board?
Yeah. Well, every industry is being disrupted by AI. I mean, if you as an organization aren't looking at AI, you're already behind because it moves so rapidly. And you had mentioned a little bit ago that, this really hit the scene, and ChatGPT really hit the scene in 2022. If you just think of where we were at in 2022 versus where we are at today with how AI is used, that is a leading indicator of how quickly this tool progresses and how quickly companies have used it to morph their models and provide other value add services to their offering. And I think it's only going to get faster with stronger computers, and continuing to train these models.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. The compute power that we have these days
Mm-hmm.
is incredible.
Yeah, yeah, it's only going to get stronger, and things like quantum computing
Yeah.
will start to come to light. And we don't even have to get into quantum computing.
Yeah.
We'll be here for 6 hours, but I mean, we're going from computing ones and zeros to computing atoms.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Yes.
we're at the doorstep of a completely different type of world that as we're going to know in the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. How has AI disrupted the way Adams Brown provides managed services?
We're really trying to steward what our vision is, and AI is a part of that vision, but we also understand that there is still value in the human element.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We want to be a company that has real humans working on real issues with other real humans. And while there are components of our business that we will look at AI to use to make us more efficient, really it kind of goes back to the monotonous tasks that I was talking about earlier.
Absolutely.
The proactive tests and checks and some of the security stuff. And there's already a level of AI that we use in some of the security that we have. But at least the vision that we have at Adams Brown Technology is not to replace humans with AI, but to use AI to help get our people kind of into their upper right quadrant.
Yeah.
And let them stay focused on doing what they love to do, which is helping people.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We have had those same kind of discussions at Central Prairie. We are looking at AI as a supplement to the things we already do, right? Not a replacement. And in some cases, that AI can, handle the repetitive, boring tasks that we may have to do sometimes, so that then we can put our human resources on valuable human interactions.
Yeah. So how are you seeing AI disrupt agriculture?
Yeah, that is a great question. So agriculture, we've been collecting data about farms and fields for a long time. And so agriculture is particularly well suited for the disruption of AI because of all that large amount of unstructured data that we capture. We also have complex supply chain logistics. We move grain all over the countryside to get it to end users. And we have huge opportunities to improve our crop and livestock production, as well as some of our business functions. And we've kind of started going down that path already. And I'll give you just two quick examples of how we're kind of automating and using some of the AI technologies. One is that we have a report we send out to locations every day, and it lists customers that are on cash only. And that is just automatically being generated now and automatically being sent where it needs to go, so that everyone always has the latest report, right?
Awesome.
Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but the way we can do that is through these technologies that we have today. And then another thing we've been working on is a payment reminder. Just reminding people, hey, your payment is due, and this is just a courtesy kind of thing. And it's another way that we can just automate and let the systems handle those reminders, and then we can focus on the other daily tasks we have to do. So those are kind of exciting. I will say, in terms of out in the field, I think we have yet to see how AI will really play out. We're kind of going through change in farming, where we're going from where we used to apply chemicals to everything above ground, and now we're understanding more about the biology underground. And so we focus on that a lot, but I feel like that's an opportunity for AI to help us and help our growers make the right decisions on their fields. I don't know yet, but we're ready. We are ready to take full advantage of AI when it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
to do that. Yeah.
And it
yeah.
will happen. I mean, other industries, and I'm blanking on the guy's name, but I was just watching the video the other day where he used AI to help break down and understand the kind of the inner workings of the protein molecules. And the pharmaceutical industries and all these medical industries are using AI to unravel these big, you know, balls of Christmas lights of modern medicine, and using AI to what would once take 10 years, maybe now take a month, you
Yeah.
know, and developing new technology and new medicines. And I think in agriculture, it's going to be the same way, and it's going to need to be that way, because agriculture is probably single-handedly the most important industry that the world has, not just the United States. And so, I mean, why? I mean, what's the importance of leveraging emerging technologies in AI in agriculture today?
Yeah. So I have talked about this on this podcast before, and Brendan, you and I were kind of talking about it pre-podcast. But food scarcity and hunger affect roughly 800 million people the world over. In 2018, it was estimated that by 2050, we would need to produce 70% more food to sustain the world's population. Kansas farmers in particular have a direct impact on the world's food supply. I mean, we have 2 cows for every 1 person in this state, and we export a lot of that beef. But, we raise grain that goes literally all over the world: Mexico, China, Nigeria, Japan. We export around 125 million bushels of wheat every year, about 200 million bushels of sorghum, and about 80 million bushels of corn out of Kansas to other states, to other countries. And, we don't need to do less to feed the world. We need to raise more food. And I believe that emerging technologies is how we do that. We need to transform the way we do things and focus on the areas that we can to improve, and the areas that are already good to make them even better, so that we can meet those needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't make more land, but
You
you can make the
cannot.
land you have more efficient.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And so I feel like there are some huge opportunities, and I think the next few years are going to be very interesting for us. Very exciting times.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very exciting. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you all for joining the Central Prairie Co-op podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for part 2 of our discussion about AI.